Hello friend, my name is Cinderella and today I'm going to continue playing for you Cinderella Phenomenon with Comp.
Hello.
So last time we learned more exposition. Our mom was an evil witch. and I'm going to become the Dark Crystal Bearer when I turn 18.
With
So
goddamn sexy.
8 years ago
Something
for
like
me.
that.
God, I'm old. Anyway.
Ah,
Again.
okay. Abra. Cadabra.
Teach me how to do it too.
A magician never reveals his secret, little star.
You always say that. Please. Just this one. Please, Waltz.
On your birthday, I'll teach you how to do it on your birthday.
Promise?
Promise.
Aww.
That was cute.
A dream that doesn't involve gaslighting. Yay!
Right, a dream that has no manipulation or gaslighting or abuse.
Finally.
Thank God.
I wake slowly, the dream somehow still clear in my mind. A dream about Waltz? Was that a memory? I shake my head before I glance at the clock, stopping to stare at the time. How is it already this late?
You overslept from stress?
Yeah.
Princess?
Waltz? The door opens and Waltz walks inside with a tray of food. He sets it down by my bedside as I stare at him in shock.
You're finally awake.
Waltz, you are supposed to be in bed.
I'm only injured. I'm not an invalid, princess.
But
I'm fine, princess. It's not like you to worry so much.
I respond to his smile with an exasperated sigh. He will never heal properly if he does not stay in bed.
Here, I wanted to give this to you yesterday.
Waltz reaches behind his back and pulls out a neatly wrapped box. It looks as if he pulls it out of thin air. Another magic trick? He hands me the wrapped box. What's this?
You'll need to open it to find out.
It's the doll.
Da, 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 da.
This is...
You've been wanting this, haven't you?
I stared down at the doll he bought for me. It is the same one that caught my eye at the shop. The reason we went to the toy shop was so that you could buy this for me?
Yep. I'm glad it didn't get damaged last night.
My chest tightens with emotion. These dolls are expensive. Waltz would have needed more than just his usual show tips to buy this. Why would you buy this for me?
I figured you might want some extra company. Plus, you've always loved dolls, so I thought this one might cheer you up.
I stare at the doll as I cradle her in my hands, my heart feeling full in my chest. Thank you. I have never gotten an unexpected gift like this before. Waltz clears his throat, and when I look up at him, I notice that his expression is somehow sad.
Lady Parfait told me that she and Delora told you the whole story yesterday. I read that as I have to apologize with you, and I was like, what?
What did they have to apologize for?
What did they do? What happened? I have to apologize to you.
For what?
The reason why they didn't tell you earlier was because I asked that they keep it a secret.
I look down at the doll, my mouth suddenly dry. Why?
Because I wanted you to enjoy having a normal life, even if it was just for a short time. Knowing the truth limits your freedom. I didn't want you to feel that pressure so soon. But I can see now that it was selfish of me to deprive you of the truth. I'm sorry.
I clutched tighter at the doll, unable to look up at Waltz. Why would you be so kind without expecting anything in return?
Kindness doesn't always need to be paid back.
When you do something for someone, they will always expect the favor to be returned. That is what Mother taught me.
Your mother, you literally just found out last night that your mother was a megalomaniacal woman.
Nice
Is
word.
she, thank you. Is she really the person that you still want to be referencing when talking about anything to do with life and other people?
Yeah, really.
Like, the fairy in the which Delora and Parfait literally explained to her last night. Literally, not even like 8 hours ago. By the way, your mother was a lunatic. And she wanted to ruin the world. And you're still like, well, people only do things if they want something in return. That's what she taught me. Like, the moment I was told, hey, your mother's insane, I'd be like, so I need to rethink everything.
Yeah, just change my entire life.
Right?
From what I have experienced, no one is ever kind without expecting something in return.
I don't expect anything from you in return, princess.
But how can I know for certain that you are speaking the truth?
Well, you can't. No matter what someone's true intention are, their actions are always up for a different interpretation. So, it'll be up to you to judge their actions. Only you can decide whether or not to believe in me.
I pull my knees to my chest, curling up around the doll. I still do not understand how you can be kind to me. You told me yourself it was the dark crystal bearer that cursed you. That means my mother...
Your mother was the witch that took away my magic and sealed it in Neverland, but that does not mean it is your fault that I am cursed. You were more than just Hildir's daughter, princess. You are your own person, and I know for a fact that you are capable of more goodness than Hildir ever was.
Waltz gestures towards my necklace.
You are only 2 good deeds away from breaking your curse. So you're only 6 months away from finally being free.
Yay. I would not have accomplished the first one without your help. In fact, I have done nothing to help you break your... My voice trails off as my thoughts begin to come together. Waltz, to break your curse, you need to find Tinkerbell and Neverland, right? What do they look like?
Neverland is a gold box with a carving of wings on the top, and Tinkerbell is the matching key.
I sit up abruptly. We have to go to the palace. Walt stares at me, his expression clearly perplexed.
What? Why?
Because I know where to find Tinkerbell and Neverland. Hi. And we're at the palace. Excellent.
Ba, 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 we're gonna break in.
Waltz's description of Neverland and Tinkerbell was enough to jog my memory. A long time ago, Mother gave me a box and a key that matched Waltz's earlier description perfectly. She gave me strict instructions to hide them in my room and to never let anyone else have them. I never questioned Mother's order, and kept both the box and key tucked in one of my drawers. I'd forgotten I even had those things until Waltz mentioned them. The minute I remembered, I sent a letter to Rod requesting he help us get into the palace. I knew that our strained relationship would make it hard for him to trust me, so I emphasized the importance of the item we needed to obtain. A week later, and he finally came through. Now we are just outside the palace waiting for him. Jurian and Garland are here to protect us in case the need arises. I glance at Waltz, who is standing beside me, fidgeting. He has been against me coming with him ever since he found out my plans. He cannot stop me. I refuse to be left behind.
You still won't change your mind about this, princess?
We're in front of the gates. I think it's a little late for that now, Waltz.
Alright, are you going to change your mind?
Yes, I'm gonna change my mind right now. I'm off to go fuck off back to the Marchen. What the Waltz, seriously?
Look, Waltz, you're supposed to be smart. You know the situation with the witches. It's not safe for you to be here.
It is not safe for me anywhere outside of the Marchen, and you know that. Besides, how do you plan on finding Neverland and Tinkerbell without me? I am the only one who knows where they are.
I mean, theoretically, she could, just tell him.
Yeah.
Goddamn cat eating out. Like I said, if you would just tell me where they are, I can go on my own. There's no need for you to put yourself in this much danger.
I am going, and you cannot stop me, Waltz.
Princess.
I turn to face him fully. This is my choice, Waltz. I want to do this. For a moment there is silence between us as Waltz studies my expression. He eventually sighs and shakes his head.
I should know by now that there's no changing your mind when you're determined to do something. Just promise to stay close to me, okay?
I nod absently as I feel around in my pocket for a small object. A vial that Parfait gave to me before Waltz and I left for the palace. She said that it should help us when the need arises. It is a shame that neither Parfait nor Delora could be here due to their urgent meeting with the fairies. Jurian and Garland finally arrive with Rod.
Ready?
I can only nod in reply. Hopefully nothing will go wrong. Famous last words.
Hopefully nothing will go wrong. You just fucked yourselves over.
We make our way through a secret passageway. I've heard of this secret passageway from the king before, but this is the first time I have ever been here. They say that this was built as an escape route, should the need to evacuate the royal family arise. Only the commander of the Order of Caldera and the king know about this place. Rod.
Jesus!
How do you even know this place? How did you get a key? I thought that only the king and Sir Alcaster had copies. It was Lady Parfait who showed me this place and gave me the key. I can't leave the palace unattended on normal circumstances, so she suggested I go through here whenever I need to get to the Marchen. Then, how was she able to get a copy of the key? You should ask her that yourself. Anyway, you haven't even told me what you needed from your room. It is an item that will break Waltz's curse. I see. Why did it take you so long to respond to my letter? The palace has been on high alert since last week. Why? Rod stops and looks at me. The hesitation is clear in his eyes.
Did something happen?
A week ago, the king received a letter, a warning. A letter? It said that 3 days from now, the king will be judged and convicted. His crown will be given to one more worthy. I stare at Rod with slow understanding. 3 days from now. But that date...
Your 18th birthday.
I continue to stare at Rod in disbelief. This cannot be a coincidence. But a new king. Do you think someone is specifically targeting my father?
We all know that royals are always in danger.
But this threat has made the king especially nervous. Are the witches involved in this? The silence that falls within the tunnels is heavy. They think there's a good chance they must be. That's why the Order of Caldera has tightened security. We continue walking in silence. Eventually, Rod points at something ahead of us. Here we are! The dim light of the tunnel illuminates a rusted door that leads into the palace. Rod looks around warily while Waltz and I quickly duck into the shadows of a column. The guards will be doing their rounds on this side soon. We need to hurry. Right. The hallways are thankfully quiet as we traverse them. Rod did a good job of scoping out the times of patrol. Eventually, we reach my room. I stop at the door to my room, suddenly overwhelmed by nostalgia. It has been so long since I have been in my room. Is this Emmeline's room now? No. By the king's order, your room has been untouched since you were cursed. Then, what has become of this room? I look at Rod in shock as he studies the door to my room with a complicated expression on his face. I think maids are sent in here to dust occasionally, but otherwise everything should be just as it was before. But why would the king keep the room as it is if he does not remember me? I turn back to the door thoughtfully, then glance at Rod. We can handle the rest. You should leave before you draw any unwanted attention. I do not want you to get in trouble.
Don't worry, we will figure out a way to get back to that passage without alerting anyone.
What? You've changed. What do you mean by that? You never would have cared about someone else's safety before. Rod turns to leave before I can respond. Be careful. Thank you. Yay, sibling friendship, sort of. They're trying.
Siblings.
At least they don't want to kill each other.
Yeah. Siblings interacting amicably.
Yes.
Garland and I will stand outside, make it quick.
I nod at Jurian before turning back to the door and turning the knob. I glance at Waltz and he nods at me. I take a deep breath and open the door. Rod told me that my room had been untouched since I left, but I was not expecting it to be like this. Nothing has changed. Not a thing out of place. There is not even a speck of dust on the dolls on my shelves.
A Syndra?
I am confused as to why this room has been untouched. Certainly the king would have thought to do something else with it. Or in the very least, he would not have maids coming in to consistently clean it. But I cannot let myself linger on the questions. I have no time for them. We came here to find Neverland and Tinkerbell. I look at Waltz and nod. Let us start searching. Time passes, but I am only able to find the key. The box is nowhere to be found, not even in the drawer that I remember putting it in.
To think that you had Neverland and Tinkerbell this whole time.
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell.
Have you tried searching for it in my room before?
I have, but I didn't find anything. She must have used the glamour magic to hide it from me.
I stare at the key with frustration. I don't understand. I am sure it was here.
Are you sure you didn't throw it away?
No, I would never throw away such a beautiful box. Besides, I keep most of my things. They are all valuable to me, even if they are not outwardly beautiful.
I wouldn't have believed you if I hadn't seen this.
He leans down to pluck a puppet from one of my drawers. He holds it up with a smile, and I feel my cheeks heat in embarrassment. Aww.
Aww.
I never remembered to throw that out. Waltz gazes at me thoughtfully.
That's the only reason.
Well, I look at the puppet in his hands and find the truth spilling out of me. I was never able to put my finger on why, but I have always liked that puppet. A smile stretches across Waltz's face.
You kept it, even though I did such a bad job with the sewing.
What? You made this?
Yeah, this is the first puppet I ever made.
Waltz turns the puppet in his hands, looking down on it fondly before his eyes meet mine.
You were the one who taught me how to sew in the first place, you know?
What? I was the one who taught him how to sew? I stare at the puppet. I probably kept it because you made it.
How cruel.
Huh?
Do you have any idea what you are doing to my poor heart?
You seem perfectly fine to me. Waltz shakes his head and sighs. Waltz?
It's so dense.
What? The knob begins to turn. Waltz and I exchange glances before we both dart to different hiding places. I hide myself under the bed and he runs behind the curtains, which more easily conceal his smaller body. And we will find out next time who is coming into the room.
I want to bet that it's her dad.
Why would you say that?
Because just my idea. It's either the people guarding or it's her dad coming to reminisce on something, like how he misses something and he doesn't know what, but this is his only clue. Like he's got a room filled with dolls, a daughter's room, but he only has one daughter, and that's his stepdaughter. But whose room is this? And he feels like he's missing someone, and yada yada yada.
Very, very good guess.
Hashtag 2 cents.
So, thank you for watching. Comp, do you have anything left to say? So, I love you. Bye-bye.